Hello everybody, what is going on? Jimmy here, back with another video. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today, my friends, we have some great news to talk about. So the Nintendo Switch on this very day, March 3rd, 2017, became available. And the thing is that I just kind of wanted to go over some of the stuff that the Switch has accomplished within its 4-year lifespan and talk about some things that I really loved about the Switch, and overall just kind of celebrate the fact that one of the best, in my opinion, gaming consoles of all time, gaming platforms, because I guess if you consider the Switch Lite, it is actually two consoles in that family. So one of the best gaming console family platform, whatever you want to call it, things in existence. I think it's definitely towards the top, if not the top. It may honestly be the top. I'd have to sit there and analyze all of them, but off the top of my head, I cannot think of a console that performs so many things that the Nintendo Switch does, and does them all so well. So let's get started here. So basically, I want to start with the games. The Nintendo Switch has been given some absolutely amazing games, and I'm going to highlight, in my opinion, some of the heavy hitters, in my opinion. So starting off, obviously, how could I start this list with anything else? Even though it was on the Wii U, let's be realistic. Pretty much everyone who bought a Switch within the first year was literally buying it for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I guess Mario Odyssey later on, but in the beginning, if you bought it towards the earlier part of the year, like in March, like if you pre-ordered it March 3rd, you were buying it for Breath of the Wild. I mean, there was hardly any other reason to buy a Switch at that time besides this game. And the thing is, Breath of the Wild was a game that truly changed everything for me. It was the first time I had ever played a game that was so different like that. And I'd played open world games before. This wasn't my first open world game. I'd played GTA 5. I'd played a bunch of open world games in my lifetime, but the thing was that Breath of the Wild was something different. It's so much so refined the genre of open world gaming. I mean, we even now see the new Pokemon Legends Arceus game looks like it was definitely, without a doubt in my head, inspired by Breath of the Wild. Like, there's no denying that whatsoever. But the thing is that Breath of the Wild's legacy that is left on gaming is truly undeniable, and it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the fact that the Wii U failed, in my opinion, because if the Wii U would have been good, who knows how Breath of the Wild would have turned out. But Breath of the Wild had to be absolutely astounding in order to sell consoles, and I think that was the main thing with it. Now, obviously, who knows where the Switch would be right now if Breath of the Wild was a flop? Would people just not even give it any attention? I don't know. That's something for you to decide, but for me personally, I think Breath of the Wild definitely kickstarted the Switch in the direction it had to go in order to be a very successful platform, and that's how I honestly feel, especially with next gen right now happening. I guess it's no longer next gen, it's this gen. We have the Series X, the Series S, the PlayStation 5, and the digital edition of that console. All these consoles, people are looking for them. The Switch continues to sell extremely well, if not selling them out. Now, I know obviously that's because of the fact people cannot get stock, and it's going to be really interesting to see when people can get stock of all three, what they choose to buy. Especially if Nintendo makes a Switch Pro, it's going to be interesting to see where people put their money. But I know that Nintendo will not be at the bottom. It's either going to be second place or first. And I know that that's because Nintendo keeps supplying us with absolutely amazing games. To continue to talk on amazing games that have came out for the Switch, obviously Mario Odyssey, one of the best platforming games of all time. If you're a fan of the 3D Mario series, I don't see how you wouldn't love this game. For me personally, I don't think it's as good as something like Galaxy, but it is definitely an astounding game. Speaking of Galaxy, the 3D All-Stars collection is also available on Switch. You have Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury 2. If you're just trying to go through all the 3D Mario games, there's plenty of them to choose from on Switch. There's definitely not a drought in that department. Xenoblade Chronicles, you have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition and Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and I played them both, and I have to say that Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition is one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate having the biggest roster of an entire Smash game ever, and honestly, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see there ever being a Smash game with as many characters as there was in this game. I know that a lot of people are going to be disappointed for them going backwards, but I just cannot see how they could top this in terms of roster. Like, I just don't know if they could. I mean, you have Persona 5 Strikers, which is the sequel to the critically acclaimed Persona 5. I mean, absolutely amazing experience there, and that came to Switch too. Shin Megami Tensei 5 is coming to Switch, another Atlus game, so Atlus is showing its support for the Switch. I really love Atlus. I play a lot of their games. I mean, there's just so many absolutely amazing games that are here and that are coming. I mean, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Legends Arceus, all these Pokemon games that are coming look very promising, especially compared to the Pokemon games that we've already got. Sword and Shield, Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee were not obviously the best received games, but I have hope that Game Freak and the new developer that's coming in to try to remake the game that Game Freak already made in the first place, along with Masuda from Game Freak, are going to be able able to give us amazing experiences on the Switch. Who knows? I'm happy that Game Freak finally saw, though, that they needed some help, and they just admitted it. There's nothing wrong with getting help from other developers, and I think it was time that they did it. I think they're way too small of a team to handle the amount of pressure they put themselves under, and I think in turn it was resulting in bad Pokemon games. And I think now that they're actually letting someone else handle something, this might be the best thing for Game Freak and the Pokemon Company ever. This might turn out to be an absolutely amazing thing, but we'll have to see. You never know. I mean, there's no saying 100%. But basically, I just wanted to say in this video that the Nintendo Switch has so many absolutely amazing games. With the announcement of Splatoon 3, I mean, I could, every single time I think I'm done talking about an amazing game that's came out on this console, there's just another one that strikes me, and I'm just like, wow, that was an absolutely amazing game. But like I said, the game that I think was the biggest on this console, without a doubt in my head, was Breath of the Wild, and I think that that game truly changed gaming forever, and I don't see a world where its influence isn't somewhere present in every single open world game from this point forward. I guarantee you GTA 6 is going to be taking inspiration from Breath of the Wild, and honestly, I'm so excited to see where it goes. I'm so excited to see Breath of the Wild 2. I don't know if we're getting a Switch Pro this year or next year. I don't know, but basically, the Switch has went so far in these 4 years, and I know I missed a ton of games, and those weren't even my all-time favorite games, like all of them. Those were just the ones that came to mind while making this video. There were so many more games I'm excited for coming out, like I said. And honestly, 2021 is looking like it's going to be a great year. We have Monster Hunter Rise coming up here too. We have the new Mario Golf game. Like I said, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and then the next year, Pokemon Legends Arceus. We have Splatoon 3. There's so many, Breath of the Wild 2. There's so many amazing games coming to Switch. Who knows if we're going to get an Odyssey 2? I don't know where the Mario, I don't know where Mario's going to go. Maybe we'll get a new 2D Mario. I actually think I'm going to make a video on that because I'm very excited to know what's going on with 2D Mario. I actually love 2D Mario, and I'd love to see where they take the series, but those are just the things I wanted to talk about. The Switch has turned 4, and I think that it's absolutely worth celebrating. So let me know down below, what were your favorite games that have released up to this point on Switch? I have so many favorites. I'd have to sit there and make an entire video on all my favorite games that have came out, but a really short, condensed list. My favorite games that have came out on the Switch would be Zelda Breath of the Wild, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, that was an absolutely amazing game, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, Super Mario Maker 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Those were my favorites that are exclusive to Switch. I have more favorites like Doom Eternal and Doom 2016 run great on Switch. Those would definitely be up there. Like I said, I could make a whole nother list for my favorites on, you know, third parties and multiplats. I could make a whole nother list, but those are my favorites just exclusive to Switch. Anyways, if you've made it this long, obviously you care about me, and honestly it would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below, let me know what your favorite games are and what you're excited to see in the future for Switch, because I think that this is just the beginning, you know? The executives at Nintendo said that they think that they're basically getting close, or they're at the halfway point of the console generation. That's why I think we're probably going to have like a 10-year Switch. I think this is definitely going to be like a 10-year console, and I think it should be able to hit that 100 and some million mark that people are estimating it. It's already at 80 some million. It's definitely just going to go up from here. Alright, anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop me a like, comment, maybe even consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, and as always, Jimmy out of here. Thank you again, and happy Switch 4.